Okay, this is Polynomials Lesson 2 Part 2, Special Products. Example 1, so x plus 4 times x minus 4. So we're just going to multiply this out the way we've always done. X times x is x squared, and then x times negative 4 is a negative 4. 4 times x, sorry, x times negative 4 is negative 4x, and then 4 times x would be a plus 4x. And then 4 times negative 4 would be a minus 16. Minus 16. So what do we notice happens on here? Negative 4x, positive 4x, those cancel out. And so we're just left with x squared minus 16. Let's do one more. So x plus 3 times x minus 3. Pause the video, see what you do on this one. Welcome back. So x times x is x squared, and then x times a minus 3 is a minus 3x. 3 times x is a plus 3x. And then 3 times negative 3 is a minus 9. Again, what happens? These middle terms cancel out. And I'm left with x squared minus 9. So notice this is x plus 4 times x minus 4. The middle terms canceled out. X plus 3, x minus 3. The middle terms canceled out. So there's a pattern here. So when we have a plus b times a minus b, the middle terms will cancel out. And we're just left with a squared minus b squared. And this is called a difference of two squares. It's not as important that you see this now. It'd be nice if you could. It's just going to fall out. What's going to be important is later on you'll be given this, and you'll have to give me the factored form, and that's a little more challenging. So if you can recognize that now, start making some of those connections now. It'll just make it easier in the next unit. So let's try it on this one. So 3x minus 4, 3x plus 4, we recognize this as a difference of two squares. So this is these two, a and b, are exactly the same. They only change by the sign. So all I have to do is 3x times 3x is 9x squared, and then negative 4 times 4 is minus 16. If you don't believe that, let's crunch this out the long way. So 9x squared, that would be plus 12x minus 12x minus 16, and what happens? Again, those middle terms cancel out, and you're left with the 9x squared minus 16. So in the next unit, you'll be given this, and you'll have to get this using that same pattern. Try another one. X plus 3 squared. Go ahead and try this one. Pause the video here. Okay, welcome back. I know you paused it. What does it mean when we square something? Like if I said, what is 5 squared? What does that mean? That means 5 times 5, right? So x plus 3 squared means x plus 3 times x plus 3. So I can just rewrite this as x plus 3 times x plus 3. And then just multiply it out. X times x is x squared. X times 3 is 3x. 3 times x is also 3x. 3 times 3 is 9. What can I do here? They don't cancel, but I can combine them, right? X squared plus 6x plus 9. This is one of the most missed problems in algebra. If you Googled most missed problems in algebra, this one's probably going to come up. Number 1. It's tempting just to sort of apply that squared on the x and the 3 and get x squared plus 9, but that doesn't work because we end up with a middle term. So with that said, try this next one, 4x minus 5 quantity squared. So again, we're going to do 4x minus 5 times 4x minus 5. And then just multiply it out. 4x times 4x, 16x squared, And then 4x times 9 is 5 is a minus 20x. Again, we're just multiplying this out. And then negative 5 times 4x is a minus 20x. Sorry, my pen's kind of dying on me. And then negative 5 times negative 5 is a plus 25. Again, I can combine these two, and I'll get 16x squared minus 40x plus 25. Okay, I should look at it a little better. Try to go back over it. And there is a pattern to these. We square the first term. It's the product of these two terms doubled, because we basically, if you saw in that last example, we're basically just doubling these, right? We add them together. We multiply these two and then double it. We have two of them. We have two of them. So that's why that works out the way it does. And then we square the last term. You don't have to know that. And similar for subtraction. But it does make it a little quicker if you can do them that way. So if we're going to apply that on this, let's see if we can do it. So square the first term. It's 4. The product of these two, 2 times negative 3 is negative 6x cubed, doubled, would be negative 12x cubed. And then square the last term. So it'd be positive, because when I square negative, it becomes positive. So 3 squared is 9. Here's where we have to be a little careful. X cubed squared, if you recall from an earlier lesson, is x to the 6th. We'll often rewrite this in descending order. So we can put this as 9 x to the minus 12x cubed plus 4. That may look a little better. You should get exactly the same thing if you just FOIL this out. 2 minus 3x cubed squared. You can just write this down twice. 2 minus 3x cubed times 2 minus 3x cubed. 2 times 2 is 4. And 2 times that would be minus 6x cubed. And then 3x cubed times 2 would be another minus 6x cubed. And then 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 would be positive 9x to the 6th. And you see we get exactly the same thing when we combine these terms right here. 4 minus 12x cubed plus 9x to the 6th. Either way you do, it's fine. So these take a little practice. Once you